Hi sir, could you tell me about Lakshmipeta issue?
Lakshmipeta in Tarakam district of Andhra Pradesh gained the attention of the entire Andhra Pradesh now. That village is a tiny small village, a remote village, habited by both scheduled castes and one of the forward community of the state. 40 families of scheduled castes and 80 families of the other castes. That village, it was rehabilitated after their erstwhile village was submerged under a project. So they were accommodated here and they built houses and living. In the land acquired for the project, 250 acres remained unused in the same village. Out of the 250, 190 acres is being cultivated by Kappus, the forward caste people, who are the assailants, attackers, and 60 acres are being cultivated by the scheduled caste, dalits. These 60 acres, in fact, do not belong to the Kappus at all. Out of the 60, 40 acres belong to Devakawada village people who now are not living there, left the village after receiving the compensation, settled somewhere. And 20 acres of the land belongs to same Lakshmipeta village. They are also not living here. So it doesn't belong to anyone except the government. These 250 villages, 250 acres now belong to government. Since the land belongs to government, since the original owners received compensation and also obtained 40 jobs, government jobs, they lost every claim. Since it is now a government land, these Dalit families, about 40 families, have started cultivating a joint farming society, something like that, that cultivated. These Kappus, this forward community, insisted these Dalits to leave the land. They refused to leave the land. Since they are refusing to leave the land, they are being threatened. Unless you leave this land, you won't be allowed to leave the land, to stay here. Even then, the Dalits are not prepared to leave the land. Fortunately, the sarpanch belongs to their own caste, scheduled caste women. It was women. Though she is a sarpanch, she was not allowed to occupy the seat of the sarpanch. Last 5 years, she was to stand at the wall whenever the meetings of the panchayats were going on. So this is the situation, and this is the domination of the caste Hindus in that village. There were complaints, there were attacks. In fact, 3 women were attacked, including the sarpanch. The case was referred to the police. No case was registered under SST Act. And out of the 3, 1 woman succumbed to injuries. She died. Even then also there is no case. There were again clashes between the two, because these people refused to leave the land. Dalits refused to leave the land. They are insisting for the land, the other side. So the government, the police, instituted 107 proceedings binding over both parties not to have any clashes. There was, in fact, a police picketing was also stationed at that particular village. On 12th morning, it was a bipole day, there was one bipole in one constituency in the entire district. After all, this police picketing is being manned by 3 or 4 constables, but the police picket was lifted under the guise of need of police force for the by-election. This has become a handy to the Kappus, to the forward caste. No police are there. There are no one to come to the rescue of the Dalits. Then on the 12th morning, earlier on the 12th night, 11th night, these people gathered at a particular place in the caste of the village, at the house of former Mandal Praja Parishad president, who also belongs to a forward caste. They conspired together to attack the village, Dalit village, and kill some people and teach a lesson for not listening to their advised or ordered. On the 12th morning, a group of about 100 to 150 people gathered at the castellan's house, took spears, axes, sticks, their own women carrying chili powder. All these people suddenly attacked the Dalit basti. People were just taking breakfast. Some people are attending their daily core. Women are attending to their daily core as well as the children. The men are taking breakfast to go to work. At this stage, unexpectedly, the Kappus swooped on the village, and whomsoever come across their furious attack, they were killed, they were butchered, they were speared to death. Their eyes were glued, their legs were broken, fleeing people were attacked. People with folded hands requesting the forward caste people not to kill them, not to kill their own kinmen. Save their men, save their husbands, save their children. Their hands are broken. People were running away from the attack. Their legs were broken, their heads were broken, their houses were looted, the doors were crashed, doors were broken up. So there was total chaos, total destruction, devastation, just like a carnage. In the attack, in the brutal, heinous attack, 5 people lost their lives, about 40 to 60 people lost their legs, hands, and received brain injuries. On one human body of a Dalit, there are 20 stab injuries, stab wounds. So such was the heinous attack on the village, and these 5, apart from these 5 deaths, about 16 people are just struggling for life. We do not know, even after their treatment, they will be in a position to work also, we do not know. So these people give a complaint, naming the former Mandal Praja Parishad president and also another caste and person who is responsible for the attack, who he himself participated that led the attack. But no police action so far is taken to apprehend the 2 persons who are mainly responsible for the attack. It was a reserved constituency. This village comes under a reserved constituency. The MLA belongs to their own caste, Mala caste. He is now a minister, cabinet minister. Earlier many times he was approached. These people approached their own minister, asked him to settle the land issue, to see that the entire land is assigned to them, because they are all landless poor people belong to this community. The Dalit minister, instead of helping his own men, the poor laborers and their own caste men, he is helping the attackers. He is helping the conspirator who belongs to Congress party, belongs to a forward caste. The present Congress president of the state Congress party also belongs to this forward community. He is also helping the attackers, not the victims. These 2 people, these 2 ministers are shielding the accused person. That's why the police are not able to apprehend the main conspirator and the main attacker. So the people are demanding, the Dalits are demanding 2 things. One is, now they are not interested in the compensation, because compensation automatically comes. Because under SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act, under the rules under the Act, there is compensation provided, account injuries, account the death, account the grievous hurt, account the injuries. What the Dalits are demanding is 2 things. One is that the main conspirator and the main attacker who led the attack, who led the massacre, who led the carnage, shall be arrested first. Those 2 ministers who are shielding the main conspirator shall be removed from the ministry, shall be suspended from the ministry. The second demand is that the 250 acres which now belongs to government and which has no statutory objection for the assignment to the poor people shall be assigned to the Malas first and few remaining other scheduled caste community Madigas. Then about 10 families belongs to backward community who doesn't have any land. So 250 acres shall be assigned to these poor people, including the dalits and other backward classes, which do not belong to the caste of the attackers. These are the two main demands. The third demand is, under the SAC Prevention of Atrocities Act, the special court shall be established at the village itself. The also complaint is that investigation is not being done properly. The police not only failed to apprehend the culprits, but failed to record the statements. Under the Act, only the IO, who is above the rank of DSP, Deputy Superintendent of Police, shall record the statements. Instead of he doing, Sub-Inspector, Circle Inspector, which are not competent under the Act to record the statements of the witnesses, are being saved. He wanted to see probably that the case goes in spite of the evidence, in spite of the statements before the court. So we demand that there shall be a proper investigation. Even the blood-stained clothes are not seized. Blood-stained earth is not seized. Weapons are not seized. So there is no proper investigation. If there is no proper investigation, the case does not stand to scrutiny at all. Therefore, there shall be proper investigation. Immediately within 30 days, the charge sheet shall be filed after investigation, and immediately after the filing of the charge sheet, the trial shall commence. The trial shall take place at the villages where the 5 people were butchered, where 40 people suffered injuries, where the blood sprinkled on the walls, clothes, and the bodies of the people. There, the trial shall take place, and the victims shall get justice, and the perpetrators of the crime shall be punished.